I think we'll be sleeping in a real bed tonight. Oh, hey. Really? Thanks for the help there. Did this wolf actually follow me? And then attack once we actually get somewhere with other people. Smart creatures, aren't they? And it came by itself, too. No pack to back it up. Oh, Bera. Where are you going? Alright. Come on. Let's, bring you down this way. Come on, girl. Alright, and then you can stay out here. I'm gonna go on into the inn. Good evening.
I've never seen you before. Leave me alone.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Friendly place so far. I'll just let him go in first. Oh, it's nice to be somewhere where nobody's trying to kill you. Ah, good evening.
Did you see my husband already? I'm sorry. He can come off a bit rough at times.
Was that your husband I saw at the door? He looked a bit young. I was hoping you might let me perform here. For a room tonight. Alright, thank you.
See ya.
Well, it looks like we've got a bit of a potential audience here. So, let's relax a little bit. And, see if anyone's up for a bit of music.
You need to take better care of your sister.
But she's so stupid.
She said you threw her into a goat pen yesterday.
Because she was being stupid.
Don't make me bring your father into this.
Yeah, that's definitely her kid, not her husband. Huh. Pleasant fellow. Alright. How about some traditional Nordic music? Seem to be keeping her attention anyway. Though I really need to stop hanging my shield on my arm while I play. It's just getting in the way. Though who knows, maybe I'll develop a reputation for it.
about the drinking of it.
Well met.
That suits me just
I
fine.
guess that was my cue to
I've
finish.
been trying to figure out what makes
Hello
roasted
there.
meat better than the stuff from Whiterun.
Greetings. A fine day to you.
And to you a fine evening.
Wish I knew where the bees got it from.
May all your days be better than the last.
Thank you, friend, and the same to you. It is indeed a splendid day, the kind normally reserved for dreams, fantasies, and my cousin Gelda. Ah, the divines are good to her.
Is that so? Why the good mood, friend?
Actually, I'm not in a good mood, but a normal one. I'm not the type to deter from bliss. My mind is only capable of one type of thinking, the positive kind. Which is why it came as a shock to hear one of my friends accuse me of being, quote, less than courteous to him during a chance meeting in Skyrim.
Well,
It turns out that he had the displeasure of meeting my doppelganger.
excuse me,
I
what?
myself have never been this far north.
You have a doppelganger?
According to him, this Altmare wore my face as if it were a tunic, and summoned my voice as if it were a spell. Only he failed to use them in the manner for which they were crafted. He was rude, salty, and threatened my friend with bodily harm.
Imagine
in other
that.
words, he was strong. He was brave. For a sworn coward such as myself, I was rather intrigued at the prospect of meeting such a fellow.
Well, many people share a resemblance, but the similarities end there.
True, but my relation to this mare is more than just appearance and a slightly melodic voice. According to my friend, he is a Thalmor.
What?
For you see, I was once a part of that organization myself, before circumstances forced me to resign.
I
Not in
see.
any combat capacity, mind you, but purely as a strategic advisor.
I
may have
see.
overstated things earlier, but I didn't lie when I said courage is not my forte.
So if you find this person, what do you plan to do?
I'd start by asking him about his personal history, see where our paths diverged. If our resemblance is truly as uncanny as my friend proposed, then I'm sure he will be as eager to hear about my life as well.
Perhaps. And you traveled halfway around the world for that. Don't you find that strange?
Life is strange, my good friend. Life is
friend,
strange. It takes us places we never thought we'd go, and away from the places we always thought we'd be.
True. Is it possible this person is a family member of yours?
Do you mean separated at birth, like in the mirror?
The
That
Mirror?
would be something. Berdier Weyans is my favorite author, after all.
Haven't read that
I
one.
always wanted a seventh brother. No offense to the six I already have. They are all wonderful. However, lately, I have been entertaining another theory. What if we weren't separated by birth, but by choice?
What do you mean by that exactly?
What if we're the same person, having led different lives? Two Altmare of identical physical makeup, parting ways at one of life's many forks.
That's an
The result
idea.
is two vastly different personas. Skyrim having shaped him as much as the Somerset Isles have shaped me.
Well, I'm not sure if it's exactly polite for me to mention this, but the Thalmor have made Skyrim a contentious place for high elves.
Yes, if you think about it, we all start from the same place, a womb. From birth, life is nothing but a series of forks. We may choose the path of the warrior, the farmer, or the priest. We may choose to live in a village or in the
You
shadow
need
of
to
the
take
great
better
king.
care of your sister.
We can choose to spend our nights in the comforting arms of our beloved, or behind the hot, sweaty doors of a brothel.
Or
What
alone.
choices did my counterpart make, and not make? Did he come to Skyrim for war, for greed, or for love?
Your choice sounds more like it may be a regret.
Not a regret, but curiosity. It was decades ago that I received that promotion to serve in Skyrim as an emissary to the High King. I rushed home to my wife that night, eager to tell her the big news. She said she had the same. I told her to go first. She always did. Had I went first, maybe I wouldn't own a spice shop in the Shimmerine, or know the names of every passerby who comes to greet me on sun this morning. I wouldn't have those days on the beach with my son, wishing I could bottle up his laughter as if there were nothing more precious in the world.
Sounds like you've had a good life.
It all changed when my wife went first. When she brought my hand to her stomach, and I felt it kick. At that moment, I forgot what I had come home to say.
I see. So having a child changed your intended path.
I didn't want him to grow up around war, so I left the Thalmor to start a spice business. It wasn't easy with the embargoes imposed by Hammerfell. The choice I made left me with little money, long days, and sleepless nights. And yet I have never felt so wealthy.
So, why come at all? Why feel the need to validate your choice? It seems you've been happy.
That's a good question. One that I've wrestled with since I boarded that ship to Windhelm. When I was a child, I dreamt of becoming a Justicar. Like most Altmere children, I'd heard the tales of their heroism during the Oblivion Crisis. How Erendil of Cloudrest vanquished 100 Daedra in as many hours, and the tale of the Golden Seven, who uncovered the plot by the traitor Ryandor.
Stories I've never
My
heard.
skills in combat, however, relegated me to a life dreaming of battle as opposed to participating in it.
I don't blame you for that. So it seems the Divines chose another path for you besides war.
Yet, my passion for the subject was such that I sought other avenues. I trained to become a master tactician, be the playwright instead of the actor. Only life intervened. I knew I couldn't raise my son in a foreign land, and I could never abandon him the way my father abandoned me. Still, I can't help but wonder how my life would be different had I been free to pursue my dream. In truth, stranger, I have not come here to validate my own choice. I have come here to validate his.
I see. So, this, doppelganger of yours is in Eastmarch, then?
Yes, he was staying here at the Braidwood Inn. That's why I get nervous when the doors of the inn swing open. None more so than the first time. I thought, how would I introduce myself? Would I even recognize him? How many of us would recognize our own face if we saw it outside the mirror?
Good point. Very few, I'd imagine, to be honest. I'm not sure I'd recognize the double of myself.
It was silly in retrospect. With the war, trying to find a Thalmor in Eastmarch is like picking your nose to wipe your bottle. So I decided instead to enjoy the ambiance. I found a table and looked up at the vaulted ceilings. All that space, and the inn still feels cozy. I was curious as to how they light the chandeliers, given how high they are. So I called the innkeeper's wife over to ask her.
Okay.
Yet, before I could say anything, the first words out of Idra's mouth were, "Oh, you're back. Do you want the usual?"
Oh.
I nodded yes, and sheepishly hid my face in my shoulders as she brought a pint of black briar mead and a salmon steak.
And how was it?
Positively sublime. It was, quite frankly, the most scrumptious meal I have ever tasted, and the portions were just right.
Interesting.
I felt full, but not sluggish. And the mead. Something about the honey they use here. It was brilliant.
You should try the Haunting Brew.
It was then that I realized my doppelganger and I share more than just a face. I wonder if he too has a deep, inexplicable fear of owls.
Owls? Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but really? Owls? Well, it strikes me that that might have been a dangerous move if they mistook you for him.
This might sound strange, but I knew I was safe. I knew he treated Nords here with respect.
Respect from...
Exactly.
I better not finish that sentence. So did the innkeeper know your doppelganger's name?
No. Evidently, he came here alone, drank alone, and suffered no company. I wondered if this meant he was sad, lonely, or bitter. Yet,
Perhaps.
talking with Idra, it seems he was not at all temperamental, save the time he was accosted by my friend.
So why do you think he kept his distance from everyone, if you think he's the same person as you?
I like to think that he limited his interaction with the locals because he knew war was on the horizon. He understood how much more difficult the fighting would become when your friends are on the other side.
I see.
You know, we Altmere have selectively bred for centuries, in order to maintain a resemblance to our ancestors.
So I've heard.
In this regard, it is quite accurate to say that many of us do look alike. I am beginning to wonder, however, if there is a point to any of it. What matters is not that we look like the Altmere, but that we act like them. That is the true bond that links me to my doppelganger.
Well, I have to say this has been a very interesting conversation, but I'd better get a meal and get some sleep. Perhaps we can speak more in the morning.
I am saddened by our parting.
First time I've ever felt friendly to a member, or a former member, of the Thalmor. Strange.
I
Well,
hope you'll stay for a bit. We could certainly use the business.
I'll be staying for the evening. I'm done with my performance, as you can tell. What do you have for sale?
Take a look.
She's paying me, but I may as well give her some actual business. Oh, some tea would be nice, I think. And... oh, I can always use more salt. And a sweet roll. I'll have that for dessert. Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Which way? Ah. Oh,
Let me know if there's
hello
anything
again.
else you need.
Seems to be an appropriate place for a bard to sleep. Songs of Skyrim. Interesting. Maybe I should study this while I'm here. Though I've certainly heard some of these songs before. Well. Let's get some dinner and then go to bed. More of the charred meat. And I'll go ahead and have that sweet roll, even though I'm not sure I have the room for it. Definitely need some water. Oh, and I'll have some of the herbal tea. that should do it for tonight. Good evening. It was very interesting talking to you tonight. Garm, I know he said he's a former Thalmor and he seems really friendly, but do me a favor and keep one eye open tonight. Good boy.